Hey, it's Marina, travel experta, and today we're going to be talking about solo travel. Are you guys ready for an adventure? Let's begin. I have traveled a lot in my life, and the most memorable times before I had my family, before I got married and had my kids, for travel was solo. And even today, when I do a little bit of solo travel, it's just a whole different way of travel. Why? First of all, you're just much more open to inviting people into your life, to meeting more people, right? Because you are solo. So people want to meet you because there's a lot of other solo travelers, especially backpackers, right? And that really was one of the coolest things. I personally traveled I backpacked through Europe. The majority of the time was solo, and I met quite a lot of people. But then my biggest trip ever, obviously, was when I left home by myself without any plan of anything, just going literally where the wind would take me. I saved enough money and I did it solo. I left New York in from on the bus, Port Authority, going west. And from that very first day, I was meeting amazing people, backpackers, not backpackers, and I stayed in many hostels. And I traveled by myself for a year and a half. And in the year and a half, I think I only had 5 actual days that I traveled on my own. And during that travel year, I met my husband. And I have an entire series about finding love on the road. And I really, really recommend you guys go and listen to it. It's a whole series. So, meeting my husband on the road, because I was traveling on my own, I didn't have to coordinate with anybody about me going and seeing him again or changing my schedule around to go and find time to be with him. If I was traveling with somebody else, or if I was in a very strict, defined like tour commitment, every single day was scheduled and accounted for, I would miss out on finding my true love, getting married, having this beautiful family. And I'm not saying that everybody should go and change that and everybody should go and be a solo traveler. But remember that when I met my husband, I was traveling with other backpackers, from in hostels, and we did have some tentative plans. And I said to them, I kind of want to go and see where this adventure is going to take me because I wasn't technically traveling with them, and they all were solo travelers. They all got it. And they're like, go for it, have fun. And because I had that freedom to go and do the certain things that where I would be hanging out with my future husband. At that point, he was just a guy that I kind of liked, gave me that freedom, that liberation, I guess you could say, and that openness. So if you have the chance to do a solo trip, like I said, a lot of times, just even going for a few days, a week, but being open to meeting people, I can guarantee that it will bring you magical, absolutely amazing gifts that you would never have counted on. The majority of my friends that I know here in Guatemala, in Costa Rica, they all met their spouses, their partners, because they were traveling alone as well. They were solo traveling, and some of them were only traveling for like a week or so, or even a month, and then ended up kind of readjusting their lives. And let me tell you, for the better. So I cannot promote solo travel. I know that being a female can be a little bit scary, and you have to be very alert and definitely take precaution. I'm not going to go into that for this particular episode because it's almost a given that you need to, you can't be stupid, but also you can't be hiding under a rock and scared of everything. And the gift and the miracles and the magic of traveling solo and meeting amazing new people, locals or whatnot. My husband in particular was a local of the country that I was visiting. It will bring you something more than you'll ever have just by sitting in your house being scared to go and do it. Go do it. Travel. Have a great time. And remember to make every day an adventure.